In Hal Leonard's book 2 on page 23, they introduce the A minor harmonic scale, and they do it in the context of teaching Hava Nagila. What we know from A minor is it comes from the key of C. Key of C has no sharps or flats, so A minor has no sharps or flats. We have all the natural notes, so the Aeolian mode, the A Aeolian mode, is also known as the A natural minor scale. It's got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Starting again, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A at the 5th fret. We've seen other fingerings for it, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. In the harmonic minor scale, we take those notes, we have the 1, the 2, the minor third or flat third, the 4, the 5th, the minor 6, minor 7, and 1, or flat 6, flat 7, and 1, and we raise the 7th. We don't call it a 7 sharp, we just call it 7. In the minor scale, it's a minor or a flat 7, so if we raise it, we just return it to what it would have been in a major scale. So the harmonic minor scale has a 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, and a raised 7, and a 1. In A, that means we would have A, B, C, the flat 3, D, E, F, the flat 6, and the 7 is raised back up to a G sharp as it would have been in the key of A major. That provides us a leading tone in A, pushing you up to the A note. That was lacking in the natural minor. There's no great impetus toward the root. What you'll hear in this scale then is very often an Arabic, Middle Eastern, Transylvanian, or even Spanish sound. If I really emphasize the half steps there, this is an augmented leap. E to F is a half step, augmented to G sharp, and half step to A. So the harmonic leap, the minor 2 with the augmented step, and another minor 2, is indicative of harmonic scales. We'll have other fingerings for this later on. But for now, we'll play it in natural position to play the song Hava Nagila. G sharp then is your 1st fret on the 3rd string, right here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp, A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp, A. There you can see the leap from F to G sharp. A major 2nd would be 2 frets. A minor 3rd, or augmented 2nd in this case, is that 3 fret leap. So that's the harmonic minor scale. The reason we have it is in A minor, as we just said, the natural flat 7 note doesn't really do a lot to push you toward the A minor or the resolution of the A note. That would be in an E minor chord. They're very pretty together, but we lack the leading tone and the dominant 7 feel of that 5 chord. So in a harmonic minor scale, you make the 5 into a major chord. Just as we saw in many songs early in Book 1, like Joshua Fought the Battle of Jericho. This is the scale that accompanies that harmony though. We've changed the harmony to have an E major, a major 5, resolving to the minor 1. And to accompany the harmony of that major 5, they've raised the 7, because that G sharp is what makes the E a major chord, which is what creates the tritone, and causes the resolution onto the A minor chord. So that's the harmonic minor scale. Here's the song Hava Nagila. Notice we don't have the G sharp shown in the key signature. We're in A minor, we're coming from the key signature of C still, so there is no sharp in the key signature. If there was only one sharp, we know for a fact it's F sharp. That's your standard bit of knowledge. So if they put a sharp there, it's going to be F sharp here in the key of G. So they can't put the G sharp here, they have to treat it as an accidental, even though they're going to show it to you every single time. Here's the G sharp in the first bar, they sharp it again in the second. As you know, the next note in that bar doesn't have to show the sharp, nor does the next, because it continues until the bar line. So we have E's on beat 1 and 2, a rest on beat 3, but it's only a half of beat, it's the 8th rest. So we have another 8th note on the and of 3. So we get E, 1, 2, rest and 4, and there's your G sharp on the first fret. E, G sharp, F, E, G sharps in the next bar. 1, 2, same rhythm, rest and 4, and that G is still sharp. Now we're on the A minor chord, the 1 chord of the song. A's, same rhythm, and 4, and ending 1, I'm going to go to E with the G sharp note, back up to G sharp. I'm using a repeat to get everything on one board, so we repeat back here, back to the first E chord. A minor with the A notes. Ending 2, almost identical, but it resolves down to the E instead of up to the G sharp. Next section of the song starts on G sharps, an 8th note, and then a quarter. So 1 and, the quarter note holds for an entire beat, so it takes up the and the 2, leaving us an F on the and of 2, 3 and 4. Next bar is the same rhythm with an F note. G sharp, 1 and 2, F, E, F's, 1 and 2, and D's, D to F. I've used ending 1 again because I don't want to waste lines. 1, 2, and 3, 4, repeating back here to the syncopation on G sharp. Ending 2. Nice and slow on these half notes. Students are more astute than I am. They'll notice I've got this tiny bar and they'll think these notes must be fast. It's a tiny bar because I don't have to get a lot of notes in it. Plus I want to save space. So I've got 2 half notes on the A. We're not speeding up just because it's a short physical bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8th notes. A, C, B, A, C, B, A. Lazy copyist that I am, I'm using this single bar repeat to tell you to do that again. Same thing with D, we start on B. Repeat. Last line, E chord starting on the same B note. Drop 1 octave from high E to the E on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Next bar starts on that E and finishes off with the 8th notes. G sharp, there's your resolution. G sharp to the A. Here's the whole song with its chords. Nice and slow. The instructions on the page will tell you that we should speed it up as we go. I'm going to try not to, even though, as you know, I generally speed up anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3